Most guys are dead wrong about concealed carry in 2026. They still think you have to choose between a bulky duty pistol that prints through your shirt or a low-capacity subcompact that kicks like a mule. That outdated mindset will get you neutralized when a threat demands rapid, accurate follow-up shots. Today, integrated compensators have completely erased that compromise, giving you full-size stopping power in a deep concealment footprint. Stick around, because the #1 spot on this list crams an unbelievable payload into a profile that makes traditional carry guns obsolete. Coming in at number 5 is the Heckler & Koch CC9. This is the German micro-compact response to an industry obsessed with cramming rounds into tiny spaces. It exists for the operator who prioritizes ergonomic perfection over raw capacity. Mechanically, this is a striker-fired polymer frame pistol. What makes it unique is the recoil distribution. It deliberately lacks a compensator. Instead, HK engineered the bore axis and internal mass, so the balance point rests perfectly on your middle finger, above the undercut trigger guard, preventing muzzle dive as the slide slams into battery. Chambered in 9mm Luger, it runs a 3.32-inch barrel. Firing a premium 124-grain defensive hollow point, you are pushing roughly 1,050 feet per second. It delivers solid kinetic energy and reliable stopping power to neutralize threats out to 25 yards. See, picture yourself in a chaotic, close-quarters altercation inside a confined space. Adrenaline is dumping, and fine motor skills degrade instantly. The deliberate long pull of the CC9 trigger acts as a mechanical fail, safe, preventing a sympathetic discharge, requiring absolute conscious intent to eliminate the threat. Compare this to the standard Sig Sauer P365. Where the Sig chases maximum payload, the HK focuses entirely on a locked-in grip using interchangeable backstraps. Here is the brutal truth. The capacity is fundamentally lacking. Running a 10 or 12-round magazine puts you at a severe numerical disadvantage during a sustained engagement against multiple threats. The verdict. This is the ultimate instrument for the disciplined professional who values exact shot placement over high round counts. Hitting the number 4 spot is the Smith & Wesson Performance Center, M&P 9 Compact Carry Comp. It merges competition tuning with duty reliability for the shooter who believes mass is a tactical asset. The foundation is a stainless steel chassis embedded inside the polymer frame to eliminate flex. It features the proprietary power port system on a 4.25-inch barrel. Expanding gases vent upward to drive the muzzle down, while the flat-face trigger breaks at a crisp 4 pounds. Firing the 9mm Luger, the 4.25-inch barrel ensures full powder combustion. Pushing a 147-grain hollow point at 1,000 feet per second delivers devastating kinetic energy, without blinding muzzle flash, neutralizing threats past 25 yards. Imagine a low-light threat in a confined space. You draw from concealment. The heavy 25.4-ounce frame and power port turn the sharp recoil into a dull push. You track your red dot perfectly under stress, laying down rapid, sustained fire. Compare this to a standard Glock 19. The engineered mass of the M&P physically dampens the shockwave for superior control, where lighter guns snap violently. Here is the brutal truth. At 25.4 ounces empty and 1.4 inches wide, it is a blocky beast. Carrying this inside the waistband will cause severe fatigue without a premium rigid holster. The verdict. This is the ultimate flat shooting platform for the practitioner, demanding a competition-grade trigger in a combat-capable frame. Taking the number 3 spot is the Springfield Armory Hellcat Pro Comp OSP. Manufactured by HS Product in Croatia, this pistol exists to balance deep concealability with flat-shooting ballistics, cramming a massive payload into an impossibly thin profile. Mechanically, it is a striker-fired platform featuring a true integrally ported 3.7-inch hammer-forged steel barrel. A single exhaust port vents superheated gas upward, acting as an active thruster, holding the muzzle down. To prevent short stroking from the pressure drop, Springfield utilizes a meticulously calibrated dual captive recoil spring, ensuring flawless cycling. Chambered in 9mm Luger, it pushes a 124-grain defensive hollow point at roughly 1,100 feet per second. That translates to brutal kinetic energy and deep penetrating stopping power to neutralize threats effectively at 20 yards. Imagine exiting your vehicle in a transitional space when a threat ambushes you. You draw rapidly from concealment. The adaptive grip texture locks into your palm, and the ported barrel keeps your red dot perfectly centered, allowing you to deliver rapid hits to eliminate the threat instantly. Compare this to the SIG Sauer X Macro. While the SIG uses a hollow slide expansion chamber, the Hellcat uses true barrel porting, keeping the overall width to exactly 1 inch for absolute concealment without printing. Here is the brutal truth. Venting expanding gases directly out of a short barrel creates a massive concussive blast. Firing from a compressed retention position means blasting your own face and clothing with hot, high-pressure debris. The verdict. This is the premium choice for the operator, demanding high capacity and active recoil mitigation in the absolute narrowest footprint. Coming in at number 2 is the Glock 19 Generation 6. This is the undisputed global benchmark of the concealed carry ecosystem. It exists as the iterative apex of the duty concealment crossover, bridging legendary reliability with modern biomechanics. Mechanically, it relies on the indestructible striker-fired safe action system. The Generation 6 introduces radical frame architecture, including a factory undercut trigger guard to lower the bore axis and a dedicated thumb ledge. By applying downward pressure on that ledge, you gain a massive mechanical advantage against muzzle flip. Up top, they ditched fragile optic plates for a semi-compressible shim system that absorbs kinetic shock, keeping your red dot zeroed perfectly. Chambered in 9mm Luger, the 4.02-inch cold hammer-forged barrel guarantees full powder combustion. Pushing a 124-grain projectile at roughly 1,150 feet per second, it delivers brutal kinetic energy and minimizes blinding muzzle flash to neutralize threats out to 25 yards. Picture yourself navigating a high-stress, close-quarters encounter. Your hands are covered in sweat and environmental moisture. You draw rapidly. The aggressive new RTF6 grip texture locks into your skin, while the NDLC slide finish shrugs off the elements, letting you deliver rapid, accurate fire. Compare this to the Walther PDP Compact. The Walther undeniably possesses a superior factory trigger, but the Glock relies on sheer institutional simplicity and an unmatched aftermarket ecosystem. Here is the brutal truth. It is still a Glock. The factory trigger remains a spongy 5.5 pounds, and the lack of an integral compensator means you will fight more rotational torque than the ported guns on this list. The verdict. This is the indestructible workhorse for the purist, demanding proven legacy reliability. Taking the #1 spot as the undisputed king of the market is the SIG Sauer P 365X Macro Comp. This platform pushes the boundaries of physics, housing a massive 17-round payload within a polymer frame just 1.1 inches wide. Mechanically, the serialized fire control unit allows instant grip modularity. But the real magic is the recoil mitigation. It utilizes a 3.1-inch barrel housed inside a 6.6-inch slide. The hollow muzzle space acts as an integral expansion chamber. Superheated gases vent vertically through slide ports, creating downward thrust to keep the slide reciprocating on a perfectly flat plane. Chambered in 9mm Luger, that short 3.1-inch barrel requires specialized short-barrel ammunition. Pushing a fast-burning defensive round, it delivers the required kinetic energy to neutralize threats out to 20 yards. Picture an extreme close-quarters engagement where a threat closes the distance fast. You must fire from a compressed retention position. Because the slide reciprocates, flat, your red dot stays in the window. However, you must cant the weapon slightly outward to ensure vertically vented gases do not blast debris into your visual field. Compare this to a standard military sidearm. The X macro gives you the exact same capacity, but in a footprint that disappears under a shirt. Here is the brutal truth. That short barrel causes incomplete powder combustion. The resulting loss of velocity risks hollow point expansion failure and creates a blinding concussive flash. The verdict. This is the absolute zenith of volumetric efficiency for the operator, demanding maximum payload. That concludes our intel brief. The hardware is near perfect, and the old compromise between concealment and duty performance is dead. But let me be brutally honest. A high-tech gun will not save you if your fundamentals are trash. Survival rests entirely on your training and trigger discipline, because you cannot buy competence. Now I want to hear from you. Which platform do you trust to neutralize a close-quarters threat? Are you running an integral compensator or traditional geometry? Drop your everyday carry loadout in the comments below.